Okay, welcome. So you may see behind me paintings which weren't there last time we had this meeting 2 months ago. And that's because we're preparing a new art exhibition. It'll open on the 12th of October, Sunday the 12th of October, with two painters and a sculptor. Actually, three. Yeah. Okay, so we'll start with our regular meditation. So I would ask you to sit comfortably for 10 minutes and close your eyes and look inside. And then bring your attention to whatever is the strongest thing happening inside right now. It may be thoughts, maybe feelings, maybe a body sensation, it may be silence. So whatever you find, bring your awareness to that place and don't try to change anything. Okay, so when you're ready, you can open your eyes, come back into the screen. So we've had quite a long break with these Zoom meetings. The last one was in the middle of July. And in the last month, I've been in Spain at our other community in Spain. I think most of you know we have a place near to the sea, near to the Mediterranean, in a little town called Denia, which is between Valencia and Alicante. So we had a retreat there recently for 2 weeks. And then I've stayed an extra week to work on a new book. So I want to say something about these books. So most of you or many of you know about this book. This is a book that I've edited with some of the community people. And this is the teachings from Ramana Maharshi as he spoke them in 1936. So there was a young man who wrote a diary, and this diary has turned up about four or 5 years ago. It's up on Amazon. If you want, you can download the whole text, about 1,500 pages. But we've gone through the whole text, and we've made here in this book, Aham Sparana, a glimpse of self-realization. This is now available in English, German, and Hindi, and it's about to be printed in Spanish. So this is a very special and amazing text. And this year, in the beginning of this year, we published this book, which is the second volume, and this is particularly on the subject of who am I, self-inquiry. At the moment, this is only in English and Hindi, I think, and we're about to print it in the next 2 weeks. We're going to print it in German. So this book will be available in German. Here's the cover. So we've got the cover anyway done, and now we're going to do the inside of the book. So this is rather exciting. And so after the retreat, I stayed another week in Spain in our house, very quiet, along with Om. The two of us started work on the third edition, which is going to be on the subject of surrender, which is one of the teachings which Ramana Maharshi would discuss along with Who Am I? So tonight I'm going to introduce a little bit about surrender, and as I go along on the editing of this new book, I will read other texts later. So I'm reading this because I'd like you to get a taste of exactly as Ramana spoke it. So he was asked, I'm trying to surrender, but how can I do and go about it? And then Bhagwan replied, to surrender is to abandon the absurd idea that there is a you which is capable of doing things. So this is, of course, focusing on the root of his teaching, which is when we do Who Am I, we explore our ego, we explore our conditioned mind, and we discover that, in fact, we've been fed all kind of beliefs and ideas which are not coming maybe out of our own experience, but have been put onto us as we grew up. And of course, part of that is that if you're living in the society in Europe, well, anywhere in the world actually, you will inevitably have a strong sense that you're somebody, and this somebody is doing your life. And Ramana makes it very, very clear that in his opinion, in fact, destiny is making our lives. And so that allows the possibility that if we have the courage and we have the energy, we can simply surrender. And by surrendering, we totally accept that God, or I call it the divine intelligence, will unfold our life. So there's not a question of I'm doing my life, which in my case I did for about 45 years. And then things started to change. And I can say that in the last years, I noticed that there's more and more of just allowing whatever's supposed to happen. So this is very beautiful, because then you come more and more deeply into your being and you become far out of your mind. So it was very nice just now, looking at this meditation and looking at all the people, I felt a deep sense of silence. And one of the things that particularly happened in the retreat I've just finished in Spain was that, kind of without thinking too much about it, there was a lot of silence introduced into the retreat. So we had a lot of times some kind of sitting together in silence with perhaps a little bit of sharing, but mainly the point was to fall deeply into a reservoir of silence. And this is, of course, not something we generally are very familiar with, because here in Europe, people are very much talking, very much busy to discuss or to argue or to put their points and so on. So in our community, and also increasingly in my retreats, I want to bring in more and more silence. So, So there's another quote here to give us a sense about surrender. So he was asked, if I surrender unconditionally to the divine intelligence or God, will he make me realize the self automatically, although I may not engage myself in practice of any kind? So this word, the self, is what is used in India, self. It means our very being. It means our source. And he answered, this question will cease to bother you once you surrender unto him unreservedly. Doubts and questions arise only so long as one has not perfectly surrendered oneself. Only surrender for its own sake can genuinely bring about spiritual knowledge. People try to surrender by saying in front of God's altar, now I'm surrendering to you. Therefore, you should certainly bestow spiritual knowledge on me. This is not surrender. It is a barter transaction. It's a business transaction. To surrender is to simply let go of all one's mental cares, worries, and anxieties, in the unwavering conviction that he that created knows best how to take care of his creation. Do not worry about realization. Let it come when it has to. You surrender to the divine intelligence wholeheartedly, and with that your job stands finished. So this is this idea, this clear idea of how we can surrender to our natural destiny is very simple and at the same time very confronting, because it's not so easy to go from living completely believing that you're doing your life to simply totally giving that up and surrendering to whatever destiny is planning in your life. But it's a very beautiful way to live, because by surrendering and trusting I call it the divine intelligence, but it's God. God is a difficult word for me personally, so I prefer to use the word divine intelligence. So there is certainly some kind of intelligence which motivates our life, which keeps our life moving into areas where we haven't maybe experienced before. Things happen. And of course, this is a bit uncomfortable because we've been brought up with the idea that I am doing my life. I'm doing my life. And so it's very confronting to imagine the possibility that you're not doing your life, because actually there isn't anybody there to do anything, and that life is in fact unfolding out of your natural destiny. We can maybe talk about that in a minute. I'm going to read this one more time. If I surrender unconditionally to the divine intelligence, will he make me realize the self automatically, although I may not engage myself in practice of any kind? Then Bhagwan replied, this question will cease to bother you once you surrender unto him unreservedly. Doubts and questions arise only so long as one has not perfectly surrendered oneself. Only surrender for its own sake can generally bring about spiritual knowledge. People try to surrender by saying in front of God's altar, now I'm surrendering to you. Therefore, you should certainly bestow spiritual knowledge on me. This is not surrender, it is a barter transaction. To surrender is to simply let go of all one's mental cares, worries, and anxieties, in the unwavering conviction that he that created knows best how to take care of his creation. Do not worry about realization. Let it come when it has to. You surrender to the divine intelligence wholeheartedly, and with that your job stands finished. Okay, so would anybody like to respond to this passage and this particular teaching of surrender? There's several people that I don't know, I haven't met you before. If you would like to have a little dialogue with me, you only have to wave your hand if you would like to have a talk or ask a question or whatever. Hello, Roland. Did we meet before?
Hello, John.
Hi.
I've never met you before, I guess,
Oh, okay. Okay.
but I saw your, I don't know, 3 months ago, I saw on, probably, I don't know, on YouTube maybe, or I can't remember your documentation about great masters in the world. I don't know exactly the title anymore, but you interviewed, you
Right.
was interview of some guys, Deva Premal, I remember, and other guys, I guess a German guy as well, the
Right.
Ro- Roder. So it was so nice to listen to such guys and how they live, just to live. They just live, they do nothing. Uh,
Right.
was wonderful, really wonderful. And this was my first contact with you. And so, and today I get a message on my mailbox, and this was the invitation for the satsang. So,
Okay.
uh,
Right. I can remember once I was taking some of my students to one of the ashrams where previously I'd interviewed the master, and we were sitting in his office. I think we stayed 2 or 3 nights there, and I had given him an envelope with some money inside, yeah, for a kind of donation. And when I gave it to him, he called his assistant and pointed to the drawer next to him. So his assistant put this envelope in the drawer. And then probably half an hour later, another assistant came in with some kind of ashram bill, like the telephone bill or I don't know, electric bill or something. Yeah. And this master quickly kind of looked through, maybe made some rough calculation or something. And then he pointed the assistant to the drawer where half an hour before he put my donation into the drawer. Yeah. And so this other assistant took the money out, and this felt really amazing because without any real effort, the master was, if you like, managing his ashram in a very simple way, very simple way. And this is
mm,
actually a very beautiful way to live. In my own case, I'm English, but I came to Germany, and now it's about 23 years ago. And after some time, we started a community. Well, it started by itself, actually. And now I've been living in Germany and living in this community for about 23 years, 24 years. And of course, running a community with about 20 people um, is not nothing. Sometimes it's a lot, really a lot. And so what I can see is that just by being quiet, just giving a kind of space, not really doing anything, and allowing whatever the situation might be in the community, an answer comes very quickly. And so I, if you like, run this community without it having to be my personal efforts. The sort of destiny of the community, for example, has developed over these 20 years in a way by itself. One very profound example of this destiny was that probably 15 years ago, I met one Spanish doctor, and she became one of my main students in Spain. And after some time, she asked me, well, what would you need so you come to Spain regularly? So I said, on the spur of the moment, I said, well, we would need a house. So she started looking for houses, and they were all kind of terrible. They weren't gonna work at all. And then finally she said, look, I found another house. You have to come and see it. It's really, amazing. So I flew down to Spain, and she showed me the house. And as she had said, it was really a wonderful house, a huge garden full of palm trees with an old Spanish house, 3 minutes walk to the Mediterranean in a very quiet area without any through traffic. It was almost perfect. And it was exactly between Alicante and Valencia, two big tourist places, which have a lot of aeroplanes coming there because it's a very big tourist area. So this was almost a perfect place, and we started renting it. And then amazingly, after I think about maybe about 6 years of renting, we kept very friendly with the owners, an older lady from Belgium and a younger, not well, he wasn't younger actually, no, and a man from Spain, a doctor from Spain. And anyway, after about 6 years of renting the house, they came to us and said, well, we would really like to sell the house. We don't really want to keep renting it. Would you like to buy it? And we said, well, yes, we would definitely love to buy your house, but we haven't got the money. And also, because none of us in the community are working in a kind of official way, we can't borrow from the bank because we have nobody with a salary, and which the banks insist on. So after a day or two of considering this situation, they came back to us and said, okay, so we'll lend you the money. So to buy their house, we were able to make a mortgage with them, with the owners of the house. They trusted us enough, and somehow they liked what we were doing enough that we were able to arrange over 20 years to pay them back for the house. Yeah. And so this is a pretty incredible, amazing kind of destiny, you see. And so now we've spent maybe 5 years renovating this house, and now it's really ready to be a second community. We have a few people living there now, but the door is open to have many more people there. So these are things which, when they happen, are almost unbelievable because it was nothing we could have done ourselves.
So you think, not you think, but that is such things come because you are here, you stay in the presence, you're by yourself, isn't it? So everything falls in place when you're with yourself, with your true self, one can say, is
Yeah.
come automatically and everything falls in place, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah, I mean, now I'm very old, but when I was a bit younger, of course, I was familiar with this idea, but I would say I didn't really trust destiny because I'd been, of course, so conditioned that I'm going to do my life, and I was doing my life. But as I got older, and maybe I could say that I couldn't surrender in a big, okay, now I've done it. But gradually, I could see, like I've just explained about this, the master giving the money for whatever, or this situation with buying the house. When I see these things happening, over the years, I become more and more, if you like, surrendered to the idea of surrender.
Mm.
And of course, it's extremely beautiful because instead of sitting around in the daytime thinking, what am I going to do about this? What am I going to do about that? What about that meeting next week? You can just relax because you know that it's going to be taken care of, even if it's not exactly as I personally might want it to be taken care of. And you gradually see that it doesn't matter really.
Yeah, yeah. But, um, years ago, I had one could say a Satori or something in Zen would say Satori. This was so fundamental, and immediately I realized that this must be this what all the masters are talking about, and I was completely here, just simple, simple. It was such a simple thing, and at that moment, was came a Bible phrase in my head. I can't. It sounds like you will not suffer from anything or something like. It is, and this was so true at that moment. Only in that moment when I was here, this
Right,
was complete true for me. And then
right,
after a while, oh, please let me go back. How can I go back? I don't know. So, and then again, I'm in my mind, and but this truth or this was so sure for me when I'm here, when I realized that self, what you're talking about, or what this master, what you read, what you're talking about, to realize, to surrender, then it's I don't need. I have no sorrow anymore.
right,
It's
right.
wonderful. This was wonderful. But I sit here and I'm in sorrow. Tomorrow I have.
How long did that? I would call what you're saying a glimpse
Yes,
of
yes, right.
self-realization, you know.
One could say that glimpse. Yes.
And it could happen just for a few seconds, or it can happen for, you know, longer time, even a month or two.
Oh, no, no, no. Just the glimpse. Yes.
But it doesn't matter how long the first time, because what happens is that you know something which you never knew before, you know.
Oh, yes.
And
True that.
what you've just been speaking about means that you can't just forget that. It has to change your life in some ways.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
And
Since
so,
yes,
yeah, so that's why you were looking on YouTube and
yes,
watching these various interviews I did.
yes,
Because it becomes your life in a way that you can't just forget something like that, because
yes,
it's so simple and so kind of unreligious, and yet at the same time you feel this incredible peace and
yes,
also love, not I love you kind of love, but another kind of love.
yes.
And
Other kind. Yes.
yeah,
Oh, I get good goosebumps now. This is so fundamental. Oh, I can cry now. This is
yeah, you have to cry. I mean, it's such a beautiful thing to realize as a human being that our conditioning, which has set us up, you know, to be even very egoistic. I mean, there's a range of how people live, but some people are very egoistic, completely believing all the stuff that they were told as they were growing up, and all the stuff that the society around them is maybe not talking about, but is it's in the air, so to speak. You know?
yeah,
And then when something like happens with you, this is a completely new reality,
yes, yes.
completely new reality.
But it's gone. It was 10, I guess, 8 years ago. I had several such small glimpses, several small glimpses. I thought, oh my God, this was irritating also for me because oh, what's going on? But I knew this is life. This is so simple. Life is such a simple way, and uh,
Right,
and then it stopped, and now and it's now years and years I try to come back. Yes, but
right,
sometimes it comes the feeling, oh, come on, and I read a lot of books. I read Eckhart Tolle and all, and your book, and
yeah,
many stuff, and then, oh, come on, this is no
right, right,
sense anymore. But there is still something in me. I have to do it. I have to look forward,
right.
have to
Well,
go.
what you now urgently need, if you don't have it, is to have a close connection with the spiritual master who has the capacity to, in a way, prepare you. Because probably when that happened to you, for whatever reason, maybe your mind, body, organism wasn't really ready to accept such an energy. Because when it happens, you may remember that there's tremendous energy released. Either, you know, the energy suddenly is so strong that you can't maybe walk around for a while. You have to lie down or you have to sit quietly,
Yeah,
and you can't do so much for a while. I mean, if this subject is particularly interesting, you can find on YouTube two films we've made. One is called, uh, I think it's called Satori. Oh, dear me, what's it called? Could you tell us, Owen, what it's called? the Indira film.
Satori, Metamorphosis of an Awakening.
Yeah, and the other one is Satori with Vijaya.
Can you
These
please?
are two. These are two people who have been my students, and in fact, Indira is living in the community. And these people have both had what you're talking about, which in fact they both had two or three glimpses before the glimpse became pretty much permanent. And one is a German woman who, as I say, is living in our community, and the other was a young woman from Ukraine, because I used to have students in Ukraine and go to Ukraine regularly. And they both had something which didn't disappear quickly. And if you watch those two films, then you may get a kind of, you may feel something that will help you prepare yourself so that you can invite this to happen again to you.
Thank you. And I remember now that you said that it is necessary, or some master said it in your movie. It is necessary. It is almost necessary to have a master, to have a guide, a one-to-one, to what you said, to prepare, just to be with this master in his presence. Is it necessary? Because I don't have a master. Sometimes I go to the Zen monastery. There are
Right,
Zen masters, but not my
right,
personal master. Just we sit together and
right. Well, I think I'm now very connected to Ramana Maharshi, and in fact, our community is very connected to Ramana Maharshi, who was the teacher from Papaji, and Ramana Maharshi is one of the only masters I've met. Well, I didn't meet him, but anyway, I kind of met, who didn't have a master. But he also would say very strongly that you have to have a master. And this master can know you. You have to expose yourself in a very honest way so that he can see what's going on, and he can, if you like, point to certain ideas you might have or certain ways you're living which are not going to support this awakening. So here in Europe, of course, we're not so keen on having a teacher, because we somehow have the idea that we can do it ourselves. Yeah, and nowadays there are many teachers talking on YouTube, so you can almost every night have a different teacher. But the thing that's missing in that is that he doesn't know you. He can't know you talking on YouTube. And you need to expose yourself so that there's going to be certain little structures or even some trauma that's still not resolved, which he can see and point to, and then the work can happen to clear that up.
yeah,
So in a way, the preparation for such an opening is a very important part of it.
yeah, yeah. So
Where do you live?
I live in Nuremberg. This is in South
Yeah.
Germany,
Yeah, I
Bavaria.
used to come regularly there 20 years ago.
Uh,
I had a group of about 8 students, and I would regularly come there. It's a nice city, I remember.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So would you be my master?
Of course, of course. But I mean, this conversation, in a way, is how these things happen.
Yeah,
It may be that I won't end up being your master, or maybe I will. I mean, who knows now? But it will happen out of a kind of destiny. And for example, right now, our pictures are side by side on the screen, and there's some kind of meeting happening. And you may well find in a day or two that it touched you enough that you'll come to a retreat or come and visit us or whatever. And then it starts.
yes, yes. I saw that you have a retreat in November, because in October is also a retreat, but I have no time in October. But in November, I'm not sure if this is this is where I'm looking at. I scheduled in my calendar on November already.
Okay.
to
Is it
come.
a transformation week? Because
Uh,
in November, I'm not offering a retreat. I've just had a retreat in September every year. There'll be a retreat around Christmas, New Year, short, maybe 4 or 5 day one.
well, I
But
bet
in
you have
November, we offer something called Transformation Week.
could be, yes, or something like that. It could be, and it is said that you are here just for one satsang. I guess you are not the whole week there, uh, but I'm not sure, and I'm not sure. I have to look at it.
Yeah, and look at it, and there won't be what I would call a retreat, but where I'm talking every day. But we offer now every month something we call Transformation Week, and you come to the community. You only have to pay for your food, and then each day you work along with the community, and then in the evenings we offer a program each evening to sort of set out what is the important stuff. And it gives you a chance to get to know our community, and gives us a chance to get to know you. And that would be a good step, I think.
Yes, I guess this is what I mean. Yes, this is what I mean.
Transformation Week, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I think you can also find on my website, you can find a film just opening up what we're doing in that week.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Very
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Cool.
I
Nice.
mean, the really beautiful thing that I'm next offering happens in January in India. So between the 10th of this India and the 10th of January until the 30th of January, it'll be like the 24th year that I've offered this retreat there. And this is really the best thing that happens every year, I would say.
Yeah, that's
That may be that's not the first step, but I just want to hang it out. Yeah. So tell me something. Behind you, there's a painting. Is that your painting?
this one. No, this is from my sister. This is
She's
I'm
an
a
artist.
musician. That is not me, but I'm a musician, and she painted that for me. This it should be the Bob Marley with the guitar, but you can't see it in the.
Right.
Could be
But
the.
you're a musician. You play the guitar, do you?
Yeah, I'm a musician. Yeah, I sing a songwriter. I play my own stuff on songs, and I go to. And of course, all my lyrics since then, since 8 years ago, is all about just here. What's going on inside? All about God. And
Right.
all about of this divine intelligence, as you say, I love that term
Right.
because I have
Right.
also some problems because this word God is also so much concepts in the mind, but it's all I can't do nothing else. I have to write songs about God, although I'm sometimes very frustrated because he forgot me, he forgets me every day. Where is the God? Come on, God, come
Right.
to me back. So this is sometimes this is my struggle.
Right. Well, I would say that you would, if it's going to be John David or somebody else, you'll get a great benefit in having somebody who can really make a difference, because
Yeah,
clearly you're completely involved with this subject, and that's very touching, of course. And what's it? So my assistant is reminding me that if you wanted to jump this weekend, I have a weekend for 2 days, yeah, starting Friday evening and until Sunday evening. If you
this
wanted to jump, then that would also be available. I have a group of people. We call it Sangha group, and these people visit every 3 months. So it's a group that is connected to me, and they consider me to be their teacher, and we meet together every 3 months. So if you wanted to jump, if you have a free weekend, you'd be very welcome. Yeah.
yeah this weekend.
Yeah, I mean it's short notice, but
Yeah, but thank you
right.
very much. It's so nice. It's so nice that I can talk with you. I didn't This was not my expectation to talk with you. Oh, it's so nice.
Okay, thank you very much then. We'll see you anyway in November maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay. Would somebody else like to have a dialogue with me? Okay. Okay, well, first, ladies first, and then we talk to Oli after. Yeah. You've got an amazing photo behind you. I can't hear you. Not
Can you
working. Ah,
Can you hear me now?
yes, yes.
Yes?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
great.
I was just admiring your amazing photograph.
Thank you. It reminds me of Scotland.
Scotland, ah, right. I
Yes.
was just in Scotland a month ago. Yeah,
Oh, great.
I took my kids to Scotland. Yeah,
Oh, you
I
have
have
kids.
I have two little girls. Amazingly, an old geezer
Nice.
like me. I've got two 9-year-old daughters, so they get a holiday every year. Yeah.
Great. I'm not really know what to say to you at this moment, but I would like to introduce myself. I'm from the Netherlands. I live in Utrecht, and my name is not Green. My name is Mara.
Mara.
But I
Mara.
can't get it on the screen.
Okay.
I'm considering to come to India in January,
Right.
and that's why I joined the Zoom meeting.
Right.
And I like what you say about that you like more to talk about the divine intelligence instead of God.
Yeah, I mean,
So
for me, God is a bit like sex or love, you know? Love, sex, and God, unfortunately, they don't really have any meaning anymore to me because people talk about them all the time, but there's nothing really solid.
yeah, is the divine intelligence for you the same as consciousness?
No, I mean, it's basically whatever the stuff is in the cosmos that begets life, I'm calling it divine intelligence. So I'm not exactly. That's in a way what I use instead of God or the Lord. Consciousness is a bit more. How can I say? It's not exactly consciousness, but consciousness, of course, is vitally important part, whatever that means when we use that word. What do you mean by consciousness, for example?
I mean silence, and I mean space with no boundaries.
Right. Okay.
Something. It's
Have you,
yeah.
Roland I was just talking to was sharing that he had something happen about 9 years ago. Have you also had such a similar glimpse?
No, I'm looking forward to it to get enlightened, but
It hasn't happened yet.
no, not at all. I have a lot of theory. I'm busy here with Eckhart Tolle and those non-dualistic people.
Right.
So I know in my mind quite a thing, but not for the experience.
Yeah.
And I'm looking very forward to see a little bit more what I don't see.
Right. So you're living about 2 hours maybe from where we're living. I'm living in a village just outside Cologne, and your city is a city I often come to because it's very beautiful.
In Utrecht?
Yeah, behind the cathedral, there's 2 or 3 streets which
Yes.
have this original Dutch. I don't know how would you call it. The construction anyway of the street has. How can I say, the river runs at the bottom, and then there is a kind of storage rooms, then there's a road level, and then the house. Maybe you know these streets. It's just behind the cathedral. Very
You mean
beautiful streets.
Yeah, I like Utrecht, but I don't know which street you mean, but a lot of streets are very nice, I think, in the city.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
a nice place.
yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, with the Indian retreat, if you go to my website and go to the Indian retreat, you'll find there's a film there, I think, which is showing more about the retreat.
Yeah, I saw it and it's really speaking to me. So I already talked to Indira and she advised me to be in this Zoom meeting so I can know you more and you can see me a little.
Right.
And I also like your website a lot because you have a lot of interviews with a lot of people. And that's also what I like about you, that you're not such well, how do you say? I am good, but you are. You
I'm a
think
very,
everybody.
I'm a very ordinary guy, you know. I'm not one of these super special people wearing special clothes and sitting in special chairs. You know, I'm kind of very ordinary. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that a lot because we're all the same, I think, but one has more knowledge as the other has. So
I mean, I
yeah,
think in the beginning of this meeting, when we sat quietly together, it's very interesting to see immediately, even through Zoom, there's this silence together. Very beautiful. So as you
yeah, it
say,
went
we're all
well.
the same. You know, the Indians talk about it as the self, but our being, there is only one being. We're all the same.
Yes.
Fundamentally, every human being has the same self. There's one self. And when we sit together quietly in silence, we kind of melt into this energy and it can get very powerful. When I do retreats, for example, we start every day with some kind of circle of meditation and it gets very powerful. Silence, just silence.
It is. Yeah. It's a
Well,
wonderful thing.
if you like this cow behind you, you'll definitely like our Indian retreat.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm still. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Strong and vulnerable. I like that.
But what I would say to you is if you have time, maybe you come to our community. It's only about 2 hours from Utrecht. You could come on a weekend just for one day or 2 days if you have time. And if you have more time, you could consider doing what we call Transformation Week. There's one happening in about 10 days, I think, and then there's one in November. Because this will give you a kind of closer connection to the people. Half of this community will go to India, so half of the retreat
Oh,
people will come from my community.
oh, that's nice.
It's
Yeah,
very nice
thank
because
you.
they are already, you know, they've already decided to actually live in the community and they've been here some years, some of the people 10 or 12 years. So they have a deep sense of silence, which they bring into the retreat.
Oh, great. Yeah, they sing a lot of Hare Krishna. I think. Can you explain what Hare Krishna is? Because
No,
I have not.
we don't sing about Hare Krishna,
Of what
but
did they say?
we
Of
have a lot
Kali
of,
or something?
well, we sing various mantras, yeah,
It's are
and
they mantras? Okay.
mantras, and each mantra maybe has a focus like Hare Krishna, or I mean, yeah. For example, in the Indian retreat, each morning before I appear, there is going to be about an hour of mantra singing every morning, and this is very beautiful because it really has an effect to open our body up.
Oh, okay, great.
Each of these old mantras are designed to open up different parts of our energy system,
Oh,
and
that's why
we have people from the community are making a band. We have our own band, and they even make concerts in the ashram of Ramana Maharshi's ashram. We usually play a concert there, for example. So we have very good musicians, very good musicians.
Oh, now I understand because I was thinking they put somebody there and they admire that person. And I think the silence is within you and not, you must not project the silence out of you.
Well, I don't know, but what I can say about the singing, I mean, Hare Krishna is a group of people who worship Krishna, and they're
Yeah.
famous since maybe 30 years because one of their ways of connecting to people is they wear orange clothes and they play music and they sing Hare Krishna in the center of big cities. And so this is maybe what you're thinking about with mantras.
Yeah.
But we're not particularly supporting Krishna, so we're not particularly singing that particular mantra. But
Yeah.
maybe we would sing it sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, it was another name. I don't remember it anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think with your cow behind you and your sweet smile, you can definitely enjoy being around the people here, I think. Yeah.
Great.
But I mean, you definitely could just get in your car and come at a weekend. If you have a day free, you could just come and meet us for lunch, have a cup of tea, whatever.
Oh, thank you. I'll think about it, but I think first if I come to India.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
thank
right.
you.
Okay. And who was waving before? Oh yeah, there he is. Ole, is it Ole?
Oli, yes.
Ole. Oh, very nice. Yeah, yeah. And where are
Nice
you
to meet
from?
you. Yeah,
Where are you
I'm
from?
from Augsburg, Germany. Augsburg,
Right.
Germany.
I
Yeah.
don't. Is it anywhere near Cologne? I don't know where
Well,
Augsburg is.
4 or 5 hours. It's close to Munich, like 45 minutes west of Munich, but that's not a problem. So
Right,
it's still
right.
close enough. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And have you already got some connection with myself and Open Sky House? Or is it just the first connection is happening now?
Well, virtually, I've of course also checked retreats that I could join, and I also was looking on that India trip, which I'm very much interested in. And so, and today the email came in with the meeting, so I spontaneously decided, okay, that's a nice opportunity to meet and yeah,
Right, right.
to
And
see how
are
it's
you involved
fitting.
in regular meditation?
Yes, I am. So I'm coming from Plum Village tradition, Thich Nhat Hanh's
Oh, yeah.
Buddhism. So
Right.
I was doing that for a couple of years, and I was always searching for something. So during meditation, there was always, okay, where is it? So, and
Yeah.
and then I
Did
was
you meet
yeah?
him actually? Did you meet him in Plum Village?
No, unfortunately not. So he was already in Vietnam when I joined the Sangha and the community. But yeah,
Right. Yeah, because we actually use one of his quotations in our talking about ourselves because he's supposed to say something like the next Buddha could be a community of people
Mhm.
living, in a certain way. I can't remember what he said, and I think his own community in Plum Village was very much like that. Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah.
you've been to his community.
Well, I actually have only been in southern Germany. In like there's an Interscience Centrum in the Bavarian Forest. That's where I got a couple of times. So
Okay,
and
okay.
meeting with my Sangha once a week for meditation. And yeah, but then at a certain point, I was, of course, always searching for spiritual teachings. And then I was finding some teachings from Gangaji. And then, of course, I was looking, okay, who was her teacher at Papaji and getting involved with this. And then I'm also a late starter in LSD experiences, like last
Right.
year. And that was actually the most helpful thing for me to recognize, okay, where do I need to search? So I don't need to search. I just need to get down to this low, very basic frequencies and stay there and not getting pulled out by all that energies that are in emotions or experiences. So, and since then, I think my meditation did change a little bit in not searching anymore, but more really getting silent and trying to reach that point, because during that experience I knew exactly that this is something I only can hold with deep meditation. So and now I'm meditating, but I cannot hold the experience. So it's always, I mean, I'm meditating in the morning for an hour, and then I feel that peace for the next hour or so. But then during the daily life experiences, it's vanishing. So it's always going away. And I think that's I think that's letting go of the personality. This is not so easy
No,
as
it's very difficult.
it's.
I don't know. Have you come across Ramana Maharshi?
Yeah, just no,
He's
not
one of the
directly.
he's one of the Indian masters who I
Yeah.
would say in the last years has become very popular with Western people. And in my case, I met him through Papaji. So I
Yeah,
had
great.
started off in India with Osho, and then after he'd passed, I went to see Papaji, and then he somehow directed me to Ramana Maharshi. And so now for the last 20 plus years, I go every year close to his ashram in the south of India. We have a little modern ashram we're able to rent every year, and we have a 3-week retreat. And it's pretty special because we more or less have the whole of the ashram, and we have very nice Indian ladies coming to cook our lunch. So we have our own kitchen, so it's all very hygienic. And then, because I've been going there now for many years, there's a number of Indian masters, and including 2 ladies actually, who I either invite to come to the retreat or we go to their ashram. So the retreat is not only John David. I'm very relaxed to invite other teachers, and so I do that every year. Whoever's available in the town, we make some kind of contact. So yeah,
Sounds
I think
beautiful.
if you look at the film, I think these other teachers are probably also in the film. I can't quite remember.
Yeah, I saw it already.
Ah,
I think, yeah.
okay. Was there other teachers?
I didn't remember their names, but
No. All right.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. There's some very good people actually,
Mm.
because partly it's the reputation of Ramana Maharshi that has brought people to that small town. But even more than him, there was a mountain, or there is a mountain called Arunachala, which in fact had brought Ramana Maharshi to that place. And it also brings many other spiritual people there, either as visitors or as teachers. And the climate is the best in December and January, maybe February. And so the town is full of spiritual people, and also quite a lot of teachers come for a week or 2 to give some talks. So it's a very beautiful place to be in January, February time. Well, December, January, February, I would say. Yeah. Okay, well, maybe we're
Yeah,
gonna see you in India.
sounds, yeah,
Yeah.
could be.
If you've got time,
Yeah.
I don't know, you might consider also coming to this transformation week that we offer, either the one that's in 2 weeks' time or the one in November, because this will give you a bit of sort of background, and you'll meet, about 10 of the people who will be in the retreat are living with me in a community. And so you can meet all these people, because
Yeah.
our whole community would like to come to India every year, but
Mhm.
we have various businesses that support our community, and so
Mhm.
roughly half of the community goes every year. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely trying to get there middle of October. Just need to coordinate with my daughter that she's in good hands, and
Okay. How old is she?
13.
13. Ah,
13. Yeah.
you could bring her with you if you like, and then she could play with my girls.
Yeah, but she's in school, so there's no
Ah,
school holiday. That's the problem. Yeah.
right.
But I'm trying to find a solution, and I would really appreciate, because your community is really appealing to me. It has a really warm feeling and very good. It feels very
Right.
well. So
Okay.
yeah,
We have we make a monthly newsletter, and
mhm,
so if you like, we can send you the newsletter that covers the retreat that I just did. So there are photographs of the people in the retreat. You
mhm,
can feel the energy of the retreat.
mhm,
And this is the September newsletter, which I think was sent out a couple of days ago. So we
mhm.
can also send it to you if you're okay to receive that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay.
I
Okay.
thought I'm getting it because I got the invitation for that satsang today. So
Ah,
maybe I think I signed up already. So
okay. Well, then I don't know why you
mhm,
didn't get the newsletter.
mhm,
Maybe Ohm is listening and he'll
mhm,
check after the meeting.
mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Very nice
Good.
to talk
It
to
was
you.
nice
Yeah.
to meet you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So, is there any other new people I haven't met? Where are they? I think that's okay. Ah, Oli, Stefan, have I talked to you? No. Would you like to? You want to say hello? Don't have to. Okay. Do you hear me? I can't hear you.
Stefan, you have to open the mic again. I accidentally closed it. There should be a thing on your screen. You just have to press the blue button.
Where on the screen would it be?
In the middle of the screen should be a message. Right in the middle of the screen, something like, there you go. Okay.
Something had appeared on my screen that blocked everything. That's why
Okay.
you can hear me now.
Now I can hear you. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Very good. Yeah. And where are you sitting
In Belgium,
Belgium? Okay.
on the
So,
coast.
okay. Right. Right. So you're not very far from us. If you have time or interest to come and visit us, you'll always be welcome.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, it's not so distant in kilometers, but I don't have a car, so it's a bit complicated.
Ah,
Uh, but it's I could do it. Yes.
yeah. Well, it's only if you like to. I mean, we're very available, and yeah, the best thing is to get to know us is probably come and meet us in the person. But I don't know what you feel about this meeting tonight. It's amazing to me that when 20 people sit together in silence, I can sense the powerful silence that arises through the Zoom meeting.
Yes, it was. I could also feel it if when when there was a meditation. Um, I could become more quiet, but as soon as the talking begins, um, it's very difficult to stay quiet
Right.
because there's a lot of tension in my body, and I need all my attention to let go of the tension.
Maybe you need a new job, you know?
Pardon?
Maybe you need a new job, you know, that doesn't make you so stressed.
I don't even have a job.
Oh, you don't have a job. Well, maybe you're stressed because you haven't got a job, you know, but
Yeah.
yeah,
No, I don't know why. Mm.
yeah.
It's the base of the spine and you know the the neck.
Right. I mean, are you under pressure because you don't have a job? I mean,
Mm, I don't suppose so because I have not really been looking for a job.
okay. All right. Well,
I'm thinking that maybe I should do this thing called fascia therapy, which to calm the nervous system.
uh-huh. Okay. I don't know about that, but
Mm.
maybe it's good. Yeah. You can also come and visit us. We're quite a lively group of people. You might just spending a few days here. You might also just relax if you have
Yeah,
time and you know.
yeah. Time is not a problem.
Right. Well, come and spend a week with us then as a volunteer. You can write to Indira, and she can tell you, you know, make suggestions maybe when would be the best time to come. I mean, these transformation weeks are pretty special. We do then a lot of meditation and some yoga in the morning, and then we do some, you know, simple jobs like gardening or cooking or something during the day. And then in the evening, we have a program for each evening to sort of introduce the sort of spiritual aspects of what we're doing together in the community. So that could be a possibility. We don't ask for much money. I think I can't. I think you basically just pay for your food. I can't remember exactly.
Yeah, I I've been wanting to go to satsang for many years, but for many years it was not possible because I was exhausted because of sleep deprivation and I had no money. But now is the first year that I could do it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe this is the moment then.
Mm.
Yeah. You'll be very welcome to come and visit us.
Thank you.
Yeah. And you live on the coast of Belgium. What is what's the
Yeah.
town there?
I don't know if you know this, but it's called, well, in French it's called Coxide. Coxide.
Okay, no, I don't know.
It's close to the border with France.
Ah, okay.
It's the extreme southwest corner of Belgium.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
I didn't really choose to go there. You know, it was I
De-
stranded.
destiny at work. Yeah.
Destiny, yes.
Yeah. Maybe there's another destiny happening now that we're having this conversation, you see.
Yeah, I hope so. Yes.
I mean, if you've been wanting to go to satsang for many years, then you can come on Friday this week if you like. We'll have a house in the house here where there'll be a satsang on Friday, and then you could stay for the weekend if you wanted.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good to talk to you, and don't forget your longing to go to satsang because this is a very beautiful, makes a very big difference in one's life, I would say.
Yes, I know because I have been to satsangs long time ago, and then yeah, things went wrong, and but now I thought it was finished, but I think there is still a chance. Yes.
Okay, welcome anyway. Yeah, nice talking to you.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's see. Okay. Maybe somebody would like to comment about what I was reading on surrender. It's very difficult to make a total surrender, of course. So there's also the possibility that we surrender as much as is possible in this moment. And then when you feel the result of that surrender, then you can perhaps surrender more. So it takes a bit of time to make an unconditional surrender. But each time you surrender and you feel the benefits that come from that, then it's much easier then to surrender a bit more, and maybe in the right moment or one of these moments, destiny will give you the chance to totally surrender. And I can only tell you that now maybe it's partly being old, I'm not sure, but I've found in the last years more and more the possibility of accepting whatever the intelligence, divine intelligence, has for John David. Okay, Arjuna. How are you
Same
going?
thing here. Okay. Yeah, I can I can make friends with the concept of gradual surrender.
Right.
I think in a way I still don't understand what total surrender is, because you have to recognize it or live it or whatever.
Well, I
But
mean,
I can
unconditional surrender is that you simply, if you like, give up the idea of being a somebody who can do something. So it's not really that easy. I mean, it only takes a moment. And for example, the this book that I was reading, talking about at the beginning of the meeting, I mean, the man who wrote the diary was in his 20s when he visited Ramana Ashram in 1936. And he was a young guy who didn't really have any spiritual interest. But then by some, whatever it was, destiny you can say, he came to the ashram, and as he came into the room in front of Ramana Maharshi, some kind of deep surrender happened. It just happened. And then he insisted to his parents that he stays for some time. They agreed to support him financially for 6 months. So he stayed for 6 months. And in that time, he every night would go back to his room and write a diary of what had happened that day. So it's mostly dialogues between Ramana Maharshi and somebody visiting. And it was also him describing any events that happened in the ashram. In those days, the ashram was organized by his brother, Ramana's brother, and very often they had kind of clashes. Like one time, the manager, which was Ramana's brother, he was planning to buy poison for the rats, the ashram. He wanted to kill all the rats in the ashram, and Ramana got an idea. He heard about this idea to kill all the rats. Yeah. So then he calls his brother to have a meeting, and he says to his brother, when you're buying the poison, buy an extra dose for this rat, meaning himself. So this, of course, was pretty shocking for his brother. And of course, they then gave up the whole idea of poisoning the rats. And then they had another plan, I think, of catching them and letting them free around the other side of the mountain or something like this. Yeah.
yeah, I just began rereading this especially the beginning story
Yeah,
when he just had dreams about Ramana, and then he arrived there, and it's just
yeah,
immediate total forgetfulness of who he thought he would be happened. It's very
yeah. It's a touching story,
very
I think,
strong.
because yeah.
Mm.
But you have to also give credit to yourself because you showed up in the community, I don't know, it was about a year ago, I think, or a bit more than a year ago. And
Mm.
you came to a transformation week. And if I remember right, at the end of the week, you said to us, well, I really like it here and I'm absolutely ready for this. And you immediately moved into the community. You gave up whatever you were doing. I never really remember what you were doing at the time, but you gave it up and suddenly you're living with us. And now you're, I would say, become a
Mm.
very important member of the community and life changes,
Mm. Yeah, it's definitely changing at the moment. It feels like my system just, I mean, I had this several times, but at the moment it's also like this system is totally changing in a way. Like
Right.
there's less dependent approval and trying to achieve something, and more courage to try with with myself, or with uh,
Right.
thanks all this trust around here that allows all this. It's very, very touching, actually. But there's a lot of
Right.
fear at the moment in the system. Yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah,
if
but
you're feeling fear at the moment, then that suggests that a lot's happening. Maybe new things are happening, and
mm,
the atmosphere of our community has got a lot of energy, kind of extra energy to support people when they're having a particularly strong time. And I think every day, without anything special happening, you can feel a support from the other people.
yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
otherwise it would not be possible at all.
yeah. I mean, it's very
And
difficult to.
yeah, yeah, and there's also this support from within growing strongly that allows me more to, yeah, that allows just much more stuff coming up. So that's also very beautiful to see. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
so gradual.
Right, right. Yeah, but it's not so gradual because you came to the community about a year ago, wasn't it? It's not so long. Not so long.
Yeah, one year and a half. Yeah.
Uh, right, right.
No.
So, would you like to comment about surrender? Because mostly I talk about self-inquiry from Ramana's teachings, but because I've started now working on the next volume, which is going to be surrender, it becomes another aspect of of Ramana's spiritual teaching, and it's something which happening, I think, all the time is happening in our community in some ways by itself.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I feel by this, all these different things that happen. Like the trust is growing, and then it allows more to just be with what is instead of trying to force my way. So I think it's also difficult to distinguish between self-inquiry and surrender in a way. So it feels like it goes, it it goes hand in hand
Yeah.
with the
I
growing
mean,
trust, with things a lot. Yeah.
Ramana basically suggests that we do both, we do surrender and we do
Mm,
self-inquiry, because self-inquiry
mm,
gives us a way of watching our ego, the sense of me or I. So, and then surrender gives us a chance to taste what can happen when we would live in the self. There was one gentleman, I don't know yet very well, but he was talking earlier about his experience 9 years ago. And you can see from what he was saying, that completely changes his life, because now he knows something he didn't know before. And maybe it didn't last so long, but it was very touching. And now he's working to bring that back again. I mean, he would like it to happen again.
Yeah, I think it also happens to, helps to remember when this happens to me also the few times. Also in the last retreat, like in spring,
Yeah.
when it was totally obvious that it's just just a play, and everyone is like Shiva is making fun of himself.
Right.
Everything just happening.
Yeah. Okay, so I think
Yeah.
we're going to stop for tonight. Okay, so I think I'm going to stop, and there'll be another meeting next week. So now I'm planning that these meetings will be regular every Tuesday. I had a long break over the summer. Okay, so thank you.